Welcome back to Cocktails with Kurt. This is episode 29, and today's cocktail is the Rob Roy. Tell us about this drink, Kurt.
Rob Roy is a classic. It's been around for more than 100 years. It was developed at a bar in Manhattan, 1894, for an operetta called Rob Roy, based loosely on the life of Rob Roy McGregor. So that's where it came from.
So presumably then there's some sort of connection between Rob Roy McGregor and the fact that it's Scotch whiskey that's used.
Yes, indeed.
So what else is in this drink?
It's really simple. It is essentially a Manhattan using Scotch. So we are going to use today Johnnie Walker Double Black, Cocchi Sweet Vermouth, and Angostura bitters. And it's as simple as that.
So the difference between this drink and a Manhattan is just the type of whiskey then?
Just the type of whiskey. I tried to do some looking around for the quote-unquote original recipe. Couldn't find anyone that said this is the original. And kind of like a martini, the proportions are really vary. They're not quite as all over the place as a martini is, but it's usually around 2 ounces of Scotch, usually around 1 ounce of vermouth, and usually about 2 dashes of bitters. Though I've seen lots more bitters, or lots more whiskey, lots less bitters, so it's all over the place.
Okay. So in accordance with our new practice, you're going to make one drink and we're going to split it.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So in this month's issue of Imbibe, they had a feature on Rob Roy and talked about some variations. This is, I think, a good illustration of not just kind of the spectrum that you were talking about in terms of proportions, but in the ingredients too. One of the ones that they featured, and we tried it, was with Lafroy whiskey.
Yeah. We're doing 2 ounces, by the way. Keep going.
Okay. And instead of the blended whiskey that we're using here. And it gave it was a nice drink. I mean, I always kind of think that including the nice single malt whiskeys in a cocktail is kind of a waste, but I don't know. I guess it's just because they're so good by themselves and we enjoy them so much in that way.
Yep.
But for this purpose, I think that that the Johnnie Walker is a good choice.
Yep. So we're using what I know of as the quote unquote classic. So 2 ounces of whiskey, 1 ounce of vermouth, 2 dashes of bitters. The bitters I normally put in first so they don't splash, but like they just did, I didn't do that. So
Did you get it on your shirt?
I did not get it on my shirt. I did get it on other things. So, and then some ice.
So let's talk about why you're putting this in a mixing glass and stirring it, as opposed to last time when we did the in cold blood, when you just mixed it right in the serving glass.
Don't know.
But this is kind of your default, right?
This is the default. I don't even with the in cold blood. The truth is, I would probably not do it in the glass most of the time. It's a little easier to do the mixing here, and I would rather have the nice big ice cube fresh in the glass when I pour everything in.
You know, I just had an idea, though.
Mm-hmm.
This drink is not served with ice. whereas the
Correct.
last drink was.
True.
So maybe that's
Possibly. And that's a way to be a little more economical.
with ice.
Yeah.
I don't really think that's not the high ticket item.
It's
in these
probably
cocktails.
not.
So
That's that.
looks good. Look at that nice color.
Yeah. And we garnish with a cherry.
Just one cherry?
Well, if you really want, I can give you two.
That's a great idea. So is there such a thing as a dirty Manhattan? Like if you added a little bit of cherry juice? Or a dirty Rob Roy?
I've never heard of it, but if you really wanted it, I probably could arrange it.
That's all right. I have the 2 cherries. But I'm going to do a little research on that because it's intriguing, right? I mean, with a
Yeah.
dirty martini, you put in a little bit of olive brine.
That's true.
It only makes sense.
All right. This is the Rob Roy, the classic.
Thank you.
And
All right.
cheers.
Cheers.
We'll see you next time.